EVs have just entered the market, but they're filling up junkyards faster than you think. Why? Because they are an absolute nightmare to repair. Let's talk about the 5 reasons why EVs are headed straight to the junkyards. Number 5. There's a lack of professionals. Wait a second, weren't EVs cheaper to run? There's no engine, no nothing. Just a bunch of batteries and a couple of motors. At least, that's one of the major promises made by EV makers. They keep raving about how EVs are cheaper to run and maintain. They also claim that EVs are simpler than traditional combustion engine cars, making them easier and cheaper to fix, as well as more reliable. However, this hasn't been the case. In reality, electric cars have proven to be significantly more expensive to repair than ICE cars for several reasons. Firstly, there is a severe shortage of mechanics trained to work on electric cars in almost every market in the world. In the UK, for example, only 10% of mechanics are licensed to work on battery electric cars. As the number of EVs on the market increases, this shortage is going to be even more unbearable. You see, by 2035, the UK government plans to ban the sale of ICE cars. By that time, there could be a shortfall of 35,000 trained professionals. This scarcity leads to a basic imbalance of supply and demand. And what's that going to do? Well, it's going to drive the repair costs even higher. For EV owners, the initial challenge lies in finding a skilled mechanic licensed to work on electric vehicles. And let's say that you manage to find one. In that case, you're still not well off, as it's just a temporary repair since costs for EVs are substantially higher compared to ICE cars. Why is that the case? Well, EVs come with complex electrical systems, including batteries, inverters, and motors, which make repairs extremely complex. For example, the cost of high-voltage batteries is insane, currently costing between $20,000 to $40,000. Then, on top of that, working on EVs involves safety concerns due to the high-voltage systems, posing risks of electric shocks for mechanics. All these things together make repairs much more costly for electric cars compared to regular ones. Number 4. Collisions lead to insurance write-offs. If you have an accident in an EV, do insurance companies really write your car off? Yes! While electric cars may have fewer parts compared to their internal combustion counterparts, this isn't always an advantage, especially in collisions. Even minor accidents can lead to significant issues, particularly with the battery design and housing. Even a small defect in the battery may lead to a complete replacement because of safety concerns. Electric cars feature different structural designs, especially in battery housings, compared to ICE vehicles. After a collision, it's often impossible to repair just the affected part. Instead, the entire housing or even the battery may need replacement. On top of that, even minor collisions can cause critical damage to major electronic components, with replacements being the only viable option. A fender bender that gained viral attention featured a $42,000 bill to repair a Rivian R1T that was clipped in the rear by a Lexus. The lack of spare parts in the EV market makes the issue even worse. Oh, and these repairs typically take weeks to complete, making the process both costly and lengthy. On top of that, it's just a major inconvenience not having a car for that long. Insurance companies are well aware of these issues, and that's exactly why they often opt for write-offs rather than investing in expensive repairs. Even a seemingly simple crash that damages the battery or other critical components can result in the vehicle being deemed totaled. And guess the next problem caused by all of this? Insurance premiums. Insurance premiums for electric vehicles are significantly higher, further adding to the financial burden. These cars are already more expensive to begin with, so paying more for insurance is just a massive headache. And you might not know this already, but number 3, EVs need to be scrapped for parts. Given the challenges we've discussed, it's no surprise that many damaged Teslas ultimately become salvage cars. Lee Carter from Scrap Life recently shared a video showcasing a vast junkyard filled with damaged Teslas. What's pretty darn clear from the footage is that most of these cars have only minor damage. Normally, with internal combustion cars, such damages could be repaired quickly and affordably, allowing owners to continue using their vehicles without much disruption. But the situation is different with Teslas due to several factors we've mentioned, including high repair costs and a lack of spare parts. As a consequence, many owners prefer to sell their damaged Teslas for scrap value, particularly focusing on the salvageable battery. Now, what does that lead to? Well, there's little interest in buying these damaged EVs for repairs, leading them to be classified as salvage vehicles, even if they're sold for scrap. Damaged electric cars don't hold much value, suggesting that we might start seeing the used car market differently in the future. It's quite possible that in the next 5 or 10 years, we may look at used cars like used consumer electronics devices like iPhones. Only time will reveal how this trend unfolds. It's not just about changing a tire or fixing a brake. Repairing EVs goes way beyond a traditional mechanical work. We've already talked about how expensive EV repairs can be, but let's dive deeper. Have you ever thought about how often EVs need software updates? These updates keep everything running smoothly, from the battery and motor to the regenerative braking and driver assist features. But here's the thing, these over-the-air updates can sometimes fall short. When that happens, guess what? Owners have to visit the dealership to fix software bugs. It's annoying for both the car owners and the professionals trying to fix the problem. Let's put it this way. If a software update messes up your phone, it's annoying but not a huge deal. You might get frustrated with how your phone is acting up, but it's manageable. But what if it's your car that needs a software upgrade? That's a completely different story. If you're driving on the highway and suddenly your car starts acting weird, that's scary, right? And once your EV is out of warranty, these fixes are likely to be even more expensive. Why do you think software updates in cars are such a big deal compared to phones? EVs are packed with complex, tightly integrated systems. Confused? Let me explain. Take the battery management system, for example. It works with the powertrain to manage energy flow and ensure battery safety, while also communicating with the onboard computer, which controls various functions based on sensor inputs. Even small glitches in this intricate setup can cause big problems. Ever heard of the issues with the Chevy Bolt EV? Some owners struggled to get updates while others faced battery limitations that affected their ability to travel long distances. There have also been complaints about reduced power propulsion and even airbag problems. Looking ahead, diagnosing issues in such complex systems will be a tough job for even the most trained professionals. While firmware and software updates might fix some problems, it seems like future repairs will remain a daunting task for technicians around the world. So, what does this all mean? It brings us to our next point. Number 1, EVs aren't reliable at all. Expensive repairs for EVs wouldn't be such a concern if these vehicles were reliably built. Does their simpler design compared to internal combustion cars make them more reliable? Not at all! EVs are still a developing technology that requires years, if not decades of refinement. Recent surveys, including one by Consumer Reports, show that electric cars actually encounter way more problems than gas-powered vehicles. In a survey covering over 330,000 cars produced between 2000 and 2024, electric vehicles were found to have 80% more reliability issues compared to gasoline-powered cars. And we've actually covered in another video on why most EV owners are switching back to gas, so you should definitely check that out. Were you surprised to learn that EVs have more reliability issues than traditional cars? What kind of problems are we talking about? These problems range from issues with electric drive motors to charging components. Legacy car manufacturers, in particular, have struggled with reliability compared to Tesla, which ranks near average among all car makers. Are batteries and critical components the only problem? Nope. EV owners also face issues with public chargers frequently malfunctioning. These challenges make many people think EV repairs may not be worth the investment, slowing down the growth of electric vehicles. Interestingly, classic self-charging hybrids, like those made by Toyota and Honda, have shown exceptional reliability. These hybrids, which use simpler systems compared to plug-in hybrids, are actually 26% less problematic than gas-only vehicles. Do you think hybrids might be a better choice than EVs for now? We've covered them on our channel, so make sure to check out our video on 6 reasons why Toyota's CEO said "I told you so" about EVs. This, combined with worries about charging and range, has led hybrids to grow faster in market share than electric cars. While EVs struggle to get more than 8% of the market, hybrids are quickly growing and now make up over 9%. This shows that even though EVs have a lot of promise, hybrids are currently more popular with consumers. Anyway, after hearing all this, would you still go for an EV? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that glowing subscribe button for more content like this.